Oh yeah. Oh, maybe a fun story to tell how I started my company.
Yeah.
Um, um, I had a big like following on Vinted.
Right.
It's a French depot.
Right. Okay.
Um, but then COVID hit, and I just bought like a whole box of shirts, and it was quite expensive.
Yeah.
Um, Vinted stopped like sending to abroad, so I couldn't send to France anymore. I couldn't send to Belgium, Germany, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and Depop wasn't really working for me because if you buy one shirt, you have to pay like £10 shipping costs, so
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
worth it. Um, so I contacted Away Days Alice because I saw he was starting to open mystery boxes, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
if I ship everything I have, and I don't earn, I just earn my money back, I'm happy with it because I didn't know what would happen with COVID.
Uh,
Uh, so he bought the box, opened on YouTube channel, and I woke up with my Instagram just spammed with I want to buy one as well.
yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
So
That's how I came across you. To be fair, I saw that video that he put up. That his channel Away Days is the whole reason that I wanted to sort of do this.
mhm.
Start mine, and that's where I came across you on there. Saw that he opened that box, and obviously I've seen all the stuff about the Messi shirt that he got from you and everything. Um,
Yeah,
like I said, I just thought I'd get in contact, and yeah, here we are now. Um, Now I've got a long way to go to get anywhere near the success that he's had on his. I mean, we're 19 in, quite a long way to go, but hopefully, yeah. Um, yeah, I was just sort of like, obviously, there's a lot of companies out there,
Mhm.
um, but I think that because you've got so many match worn shirts as well, that sort of just stood out to me. Yeah, I mean, like I say, his channel was a big reason why I started this. Not saying that I'm copying it at all. I don't want this to be like a copy of Away Days, but just thought it'd be a good guest to get on, talk about that. I don't know, maybe talk about football in Holland. Um,
Mhm.
Basically, what sort of football you watch, who you support, anything really.
Yeah. So I watched the Premier League, of course,
Yeah.
but I also watch a lot of Dutch football.
Hmm.
Um, I think the Eredivisie is an underrated league.
Yeah.
Um, it's a developing league as well, of course. There's a lot of youngsters who come. Um, well, nowadays you have like as well as Englishmen who come here to develop.
Yeah.
Um, we got like Vitesse who work with Chelsea for all the youngsters to play. You
Yeah.
have Mukulele at PSV who started at Spurs.
Hmm.
So you see a lot of talent, and it's fun to watch like youthful talent get a chance because in the Premier League it's only
Yeah.
the top who gets a chance to play.
Yeah, that is true. That is the only thing I think about, like, it's called the best league in the world. I know everybody says that, but the amount of young English talent that have to go to like Holland or Germany, like Musiala at Bayern, and then you've got Tomori gone to Milan. To
Mm.
like Mason Mount was at Vitesse, I know, for a while, before he went to Derby, but it's just a bit. It's the other way around, I suppose. In every other country, youngsters come up, they play for that club, and they. But over here, it's completely different. A lot of players have like loan deals their entire career, which is a bit
Yeah,
sort of
it's a bit like a fan. Well, I would like to see it when I watch football when I'm a fan. Like I started watching football for Ajax. I'm a big
right.
Ajax supporter, and
Yeah,
it's fun to see someone from your own youth academy doing
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Well, we had exceptional years with Frankie de Jong, De Ligt, Donny van de Beek. So
yeah, yeah. That team when you got to the Champions League semi-finals a few years ago was I was rooting against Spurs. Not that I think that Liverpool would have beat you, the way you were playing, but I just thought it was such a shame. And I'm not rubbing it in to say that you beat Juventus and Real Madrid and then played Spurs and then got knocked out because that was like I mean, the Liverpool-Barcelona game was good that year, but that was like that must have just completely knocked out of you.
Yeah, and I feel like we just gave it away at home, to be honest. And we had bad luck as well playing in London.
Yeah,
Well, you never know if you would have won the final, but I think we had a good chance to do something in the final that year. But
yeah. I mean, that was the worst final I've seen in a
yeah,
lot of years. I mean, I know I'm a Liverpool fan. We won 2-0, so obviously I was over the moon about it. But as soon as we scored that penalty, that was it. It was over. I feel like if we'd have played Ajax, that would have been end to end, loads of goals. Still hope we would have won, but I'm not sure we would have done the way you were playing. It's just weird that how quickly that team disbanded and moved on, I guess. A lot of them.
yeah, I think it would be one of the best finals in the recent year we could have had.
Yeah.
Because when I look back at the finals we had like Bayern Paris Saint-Germain, it was, I think, a boring final. Okay, it was without public as well, so it's a bit,
Yeah.
And then, well, example, Juve Barcelona was bad as well. It was very quickly over, so could have been a fun final, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the sort of like knockout legs are more entertaining than the actual final now. I feel like it's sort of like, I don't know. I just feel like since maybe, I mean, I know it was shocking for us when we played Real Madrid and Karius made all those mistakes, but that was still one of them. So you didn't know, you didn't know who was going to win it. But I feel like since then, there's been sort of like a favourite in each one, and then they've gone on to win it. But
yeah, I prefer watching the Europa League now as well. Well, not the group stage, because that's every team of the earth competes in it. That's a bit much, but it's like they dare more to play in the Europa League. Like they have nothing to lose, and smaller teams as well. And I understand if you play Champions League final, it's a bit, do you want to dare to play well and then lose it? It's a bit harsh, but
yeah. I don't necessarily. I'll see the highlights sometimes of like Ajax, PSV. As you see, I've got the shirts up behind me. I'll move that one. Didn't want to risk wearing it, like I said to you earlier, in case I put the wrong one on. But yeah, I mean, like I think Haller going to Ajax got quite a bit of publicity over here earlier this season. Mario Götze going to PSV as well. I think that was a shock to everybody, to be fair. But there's been like obviously players who have come over from Holland, and a lot of good players have played in Holland that it isn't realised. Like Suarez, I know he's at Ajax. Van Dijk, obviously coming from there, and Memphis as well. I know he flopped at Man United, but obviously was like the next big thing. I just think Dutch football's underrated. I mean, the national team flopped a few years ago, but I feel like now the only thing is like there's not many top level like strikers, I think, in your national team. When I look at it, I think all over the pitch, everywhere else, it's like whoa. But going forward, I think if Memphis is out or Luke De Jong maybe, but it doesn't really strike me.
No, we had a dip in strikers. That's we have now had a couple of years that haven't been like top level strikers. In the past, you always had like Kluivert, Van Nistelrooy, Bergkamp, maybe Van Persie. Like we don't have that level at the moment. That's a bit the only thing that could stop us at a tournament, I think. Not saying we will win anything because that's always hyped, but you would do better with a better striker.
Yeah. I know what you mean about hyping things up for a tournament because from England every year. I mean, I try not to get dragged into the whole "it's coming home" thing, but I think of the World Cup, everyone thought it really is, and I think a lot of people will be shocked if we don't go really far in the Euros this year. But I'm not holding out too high hopes because we do like nation. To be fair.
Yeah, but I thought that the selection was a bit shocking for me. I didn't expect he would leave out like Grealish, for example, maybe.
Yeah.
And I thought selecting Lingard, I know he does well at West Ham now. That's a bit,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a real selection for me, but
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it and I thought a lot of them players are on form, to be fair, because normally it's just every other player that plays for England is just off of reputation instead of form.
yeah.
I mean, I think if he doesn't take Grealish, Maddison and Foden, and probably Mason Mount as well to the Euros, I mean, they're not all going to start, but you've got to take all four of them. I think they're more important than the forward players, to be fair. But that's my opinion on it. But
Yeah, I think form is, well, it's important. But if you, for example, you should take Trent. He didn't select him, but he's young, but he has a lot of experience as well. He played a lot of finals now. It's weird he wouldn't take it. He will probably change it, but I think it's a weird one.
Yeah, the only one that I thought was weird was like Eric Dyer, because he's been shocking. He's been shocking to Spurs. Like, they've been rubbish at the back, and we must be lacking in centre backs for him to think, "Oh, I'll pick him."
But he did really well in the national team, though, right? Last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he scored that penalty that took us through against Colombia, and he was like a national hero. And then we got knocked out, and everyone forgot about it again. It was like, oh God, Eric Dyer in the national team. He's still probably better on corners and free kicks than Harry Kane is, though. That's one thing.
Well, yeah, he brings the experience as well, though. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought he was good at the World Cup, though. So I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Dutch national team. I think I've always, I've heard about like the Ajax team from absolute years ago, and obviously total football and everything. Like, some of the old matches I've seen, like the Dutch were the best at it. Probably the original like Aka Barcelona style, but English football has always been, until recently when like Guardiola and Klopp and all them come in, it's always been a bit route one, lump it, and just hope it goes in, to be honest. That side of it sort of draws me to. I wanted you to win the World Cup when Spain won it. Like, I don't know what it is. I just can't stand Spain. I really wanted you to.
Well, I didn't think we played a typical Dutch team at that World Cup, though. It was a bit nasty play and stuff, but, well, yeah, of course I would like to win back then, but
I mean, Nigel de Jong, how he off for that. I mean, everyone remembers the blue kick, but
but I thought the Spain team was amazing, so I can't complain really, but.
Oh no, that's like us at the last one. I think if we'd have got to the final, France would have just ripped us to shreds anyway. So I suppose we didn't have to watch that. But
no, but you could have got to the final if Harry Kane just grabbed the ball. But we won't talk about that. Kieran Trippier's for the best moment of a lot of people's life, I think. And yet he's still in the squad, and he's banned from football for betting. So Trent must be having a shocking season. But
I mean, your mystery boxes anyway. I mean, I know I ordered one in the past, and a few of the others. This is more of a YouTube channel than a social channel now, so we'll probably think about another box from yourself. Sorting that out at some point, I reckon, opening it on here. I mean, I was just interested to see how you got it all up and running, really, and how you sort of made it so big. I mean, I know we are very small at the minute, only like 100 odd followers, 19 subscribers, but I don't know, I just wanted to get you on really to have a chat. It's something different. talk about football in a different country rather than banging on about how crap Liverpool are or how many managers have been sacked. Or talking. All I hear about over here is Bruno Fernandes. Literally, all I hear about. And people,
Uh,
he's good. He's a good player. I understand that, but he just doesn't get any stick from the media over here. He can have a shocking game, make one good pass, and that's all you hear about for a week. So it's nice not to have to talk about or listen to that. To be fair, for once.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know about him. Yeah, like he's a good player, but not my
Yeah.
thing.
No, I can see where all that hype is with him because I don't think they'd be anywhere near where they are without him.
Yeah, of course.
I suppose, but talking about United and Ajax, Donny van der Beek is wasting his career a little bit. I think that was a decision he's regretted.
I think you shouldn't buy a player from that quality. Just put him on the bench. It's like I know McTominay, he does well in the team, but Van der Beek is a better player than him.
Yeah,
like Van der Beek, I think if he had chosen a better club now, or if he had played, he's world class potential in my opinion. With my Dutch bias, of course, and my Ajax bias, of course, but I've seen him play in Europe in the Champions League as well, and something special about him.
I'm every time that I see him sitting on the bench, I sit there thinking, I wish that Liverpool had signed him instead of Thiago, because I just think alongside Wijnaldum in our midfield, it doesn't matter if he plays Fabinho, but Thiago's good. But I've said this in a video before. I think he's just so slow with the ball. I don't know whether that's playing in Germany and Spain for so many years and then coming to England and being like, Christ is quick. But yeah, I'd take Van der Beek any day over him at the minute. I mean, we definitely won't sign him now because United would never let him go to us. So that's a missed opportunity. We better hope that you have I'll take Gravenberch when he gets a bit older, a bit more experience. Definitely take him.
He's a fun prospect, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I discovered him on FIFA a couple of years ago, just messing about in a tournament. Thought, Christ, this guy's 16 and he's not like bad rated. And he's just, I mean, I've seen a bit of him and he just looks like a very good young midfield player. Or like he'll go to the top, I think.
I think he's 18 now. So a lot can happen. He has to pick the right club as well. He probably should sign like a couple more years for Ajax now because he's just 18. But well, I think he has a big future ahead of him for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a few like him. I think there's Jude Bellingham at Dortmund as well. I think that's that was turned out to be a good move for him. That could have gone one way or another. Yeah, I'd like to see him stay at Ajax, but if they're looking to sell him to anybody, we'll take him. I'd like not to see him go to United as well.
Yeah, I was shocked that Wijnaldum did so good at Liverpool, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never thought he would reach it, though, so...
I thought that was a strange signing when we first got him. So I thought they got relegated. He's been all right, but he's not been fantastic. And then he completely changed. First year or so, he was a bit quiet, and then he's completely changed my mind. I mean, will he stay at the end of the season or will he go to Barcelona? I would think he'd probably go at the end of the season. I don't want him to, but I think he will, as his contract's up.
I think he will as well.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, they need a rebuild, Barcelona. I said that in the last video. I think it'd be a good start. He's much quicker than Busquets anyway, so...
Yeah, but you have Koeman as well now, so I think there's a big chance that he will go, yeah.
Do you think Memphis will end up there as well?
I don't know. There was talks now they would go and get Aguero.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Memphis is an amazing player, and but I don't think he's a Barca player. I don't think it's the right move for him. But I wouldn't know where he would go. Maybe Paris Saint-Germain or something. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't go to Barca if I was him.
No, I mean, I know the links have been there, and like that, I know they're not going to play Coutinho anymore because that means that they have to pay us 50 million. But that's a good bit of business getting rid of him for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pity he flopped the way he did at United because I think that almost always gets talked about. Like, he's been so good for Leon, but then as soon as anything comes up, the amount of people, or I hear a lot of, or see a lot of, yeah, but he went to United, big club, and he didn't do very well. But he was very young when he came over here after like one good season at PSV.
Yeah, after World Cup, he got to United. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, and the number 7 shirt as well. It was a bit too much pressure, I think, and too much
yeah,
money for a young age and stuff. But
yeah,
he probably won't stay at Lyon, I don't think. But
yeah.
I'm excited to see where he's going. Yeah.
Anyone's guess, I guess. Maybe Juventus if Ronaldo goes again. Don't know. He's one of them players, isn't he, where he could fit into any team if he's played right. But
Yeah.
it all depends whether he is. Well, I'll probably talk to you another time. We'll definitely get you on for another video. And mystery box will probably definitely be on the way. But yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Thanks for coming on.